This is Fight Fans Radio.
Tuesdays are always my favorite days.
Why is that?
Because it's my favorite radio show to listen to.
Dude, Tuesdays feel like game day to me, man. I'm pumped. I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth and thank the man. You know, I'm ready to go. I'm thankful for this radio show.
Tuesdays are my favorite. Wednesdays aren't. Because, Wednesday, I wake up from such a long day of Tuesday. So that's a day in my life.
Yeah, before we get going, get on, today, just so you guys know, we have Ricardo Franjinha Miller. And if that name doesn't ring a bell, well, I'm glad you'll get to learn something. And if you know what's up, then you will be excited as we are. We're pumped, man.
Yeah, this is one of the guys that I've actually wanted to get on the show for a long time. But obviously, the bigger the name is, I think the harder it is to pull them in. So,
just like a fish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're out getting tuna and you want a swordfish, but you get shrimp.
I'm not gonna lie, tuna's a big fish, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if you're catching shrimp. Wait, you calling out a past guest shrimps?
No. All of them are like, alligators in the ocean. And I don't even know what that means, but
yeah,
I
understand.
You guys know.
Yes. I like it. I would like to just say to our a great country above us, to the north of us, or below us, or whatever, actually the south of us, America, Boston, super sad situation, so all our prayers go to everyone affected by the tragedy in Boston yesterday. It's horrific news, very, very sad day. And I hope everyone, hope the city comes back bigger, better, and stronger. And so our thoughts are with everyone involved in Boston. I just wanted to put that out there right now. And moving on to some news regarding Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. One will be Kit Dale. Shout out to him getting silver in Abu Dhabi. And our next week's guest, Darson Hemmings, for competing. He'll actually be on next week. He's supposed to be on this week. We had a mix-up, but Darson will be on next week, and he'll be talking about his experiences in Abu Dhabi, so we're pumped up for that. Jay, let us know, tell the fans, tell the people out there what just got announced today.
Metamoris picks, actually.
Metamoris 2.
Metamoris 2.
And some huge matches. I can't read what
one of the fights is Kron Gracie versus Shinya Aoki.
Yeah, we won't do our picks here. We'll make a video, guys, and we'll put the picks out. But we'll actually put our picks on there another day. We'll do it when we have a fuller episode. We'll do our picks. We have 7 weeks until this event happens, supposedly, or something like that. It happens in June 4th. I believe it is 7 weeks away. So, we'll probably talk about this event for the next 7 weeks.
Wow.
We also have, is it Vieira versus Braulio Estima?
Yeah, I think it's, Adolfo Vieira.
Adolfo Vieira. He's fighting
Braulio Estima.
Yeah. And the next match will be probably number one. It'll be my favorite match of the night. Andre Galvao versus Rafael Lovato Jr. You're a huge fan of Galvao. Yeah. Right off the gate, you pick him?
Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, I've seen... To be honest with you, I love Andre Galvao.
Yeah.
But, I was watching him versus Marcelo Garcia.
Yeah.
And I'm talking Rafael Lovato Jr., and he looks sharp.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of what I'm judging on. This energy, I'm getting super excited for that fight already. So that's my favorite on the fight card. The rest of it we get named. What's another fight we're coming up? Yeah, Ryan Hall's fighting Bill Cooper.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Man, I wish I could read my own writing. Kron Gracie, Shinya Aoki, Brendan Schwab, and Cyborg, who I reported once was not even being on the card. So what do you think about that? Brendan Schwab, MMA fighter, fighting the man known as Cyborg, which everyone knows is one of my faves.
Well, to be honest with you, you get a guy who does MMA, who fights in the UFC, and you get someone who specializes in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's like going to it's like making a Ferrari, right? You made the Ferrari, and this guy from Toyota comes in and says, hey, your Ferrari is missing a couple parts.
Yeah.
I think that's what the fight's, that's how I look at the fight.
Yeah.
You know, Brendan Schwab is a Ferrari and Cyborg is a Toyota. Nah, I'm just joshing. April Fool's, kids. But, no, I think, yeah, we all know how it's going to go down.
Wouldn't that be a shocker, though, eh?
It would be quite a shocker.
Oh, man. Yeah, so we already named those matches. And the last one will be Mackenzie Dern versus Michelle Nicolini. I'm glad to see a female fight on the card, as well as you, I believe.
Yep.
It was something missing. This card, I believe. So those are the 6 fights announced right now. It's probably going to end up changing 7 weeks out. Hopefully they make some badass countdown videos again.
Yeah.
I'm very pumped. Do you think this card is better than the last?
Yes and no. But yes, but no.
Yeah.
Like there's
missing Roger Gracie, missing Buchecha, but then it fills in with, you know, the weird matchups.
Yeah, I don't know what that's
like Aoki Kron Gracie intrigues me a lot.
Yeah.
And that headlines, I don't know how it headlines, to be honest. Was that part of getting Aoki to come to America? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, how does that headline this card?
For me, I think it's a way to show a level of jiu-jitsu and the sport inside within jiu-jitsu compared to the outside where they're fighting MMA. How does their jiu-jitsu compare? Is it as sharp if they weren't, you know, specializing in jiu-jitsu and you know, instead of MMA?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's maybe something that they're trying to promote.
Yeah.
Like jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. I think they brought in Schwab, to be honest. I thought they brought him in maybe to try to lure more media attention and get maybe some of the UFC crowd to come check out a BJJ event.
Because I know the Metamoris is the Gracies, right?
Yeah.
And I know that if you guys watch Breaking, what is it?
Gracie Breakdown?
Gracie Breakdown. I was going to say Breaking Bad, but
yeah, you're still hooked.
No, I think because they do it for the UFC now.
Yeah.
To explain to the viewers that are new to that are new to jiu-jitsu what's going on. And I think this is a way for they see somebody like Brendan Schwab, and Shinya Aoki who fight MMA. I think it's they're trying to promote MMA fighters, their audience or something like that. So
yeah, I thought it was a good call as far as like you're gonna get a lot of people talking about it, regardless if it's good or bad. Like every time someone says, "Oh man, Cyborg's gonna smash Brendan Schwab," it's good for their event. Period.
Yeah.
I saw their poster they put out. They said, hey, you share this poster, you have a chance to win 4 tickets. They had like 2,000 shares in 1 hour.
Sure.
Like, this event's getting pumped up already. They definitely know how to promote it well. And 7 weeks, 4 days, 23 hours, 50 minutes, and we'll be watching it live. So pretty pumped up about that. Oh, Bill the Grill Cooper, Ryan Hall, we already announced. But I could just imagine a fight like that. The attacks nonstop by Hall, and you know, Bill the Grill being famous for escapes.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool. And a student of our guest that we'll be calling very soon, Franjinha Miller. I'm pumped up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to talk about that. Everyone knows it's like that's the big freaking news in BJJ today. When I had my phone off all day at work, I turned my phone on. All I see is 7 different people text me Schwab versus Cyborg. And I'm thinking, man, Brendan Schwab's, he can't be fighting Cyborg the grappler. There's no way he's fighting Cyborg the female fighter, Christine.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on right now? And then I realized that Metamoris finally released their fight card and stuff. All right, let's get on. Let's give a call to our guest.
I'm pretty nervous.
Don't be nervous.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Paragon Academy, how can I help you?
Hi, may we speak to Ricardo Franjinha Miller, please?
May I ask who's calling?
This is BJJ Addict Radio. We are live on the air.
Okay, 1 second. It's BJJ live on the air.
Hey, how are you doing, buddy?
Hey, good. How are you?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. So, do you know what? I think it's going to be better if you use my cell phone. Can you call the other number I gave you, the 8501?
Yeah, no problem.
Or you think it's going to be better like be a main line?
Okay.
Or doesn't matter too much?
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we'll give you a call on your other number.
The other number?
Okay. So just call me the other number, 805-850-8801. Okay, I'm going to go to the room there so it'll be more quiet. Okay?
Say that once more, please.
805-805-850-8801.
805-8.
Sorry.
You got it?
805.
805 the area code, 805.
Yep.
And the phone number is 850-8801.
Okay, got it.
Okay? I'm just going to be waiting for your call. I'm going to go into another room here. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, guys. Listening live. Although, if you did catch it better than we did, you got Ricardo Franjinha's cell phone number. Please don't blow him up.
Yeah, don't prank call him.
Don't call him up and be like, "Hello, Franjinha. It's me, Jeffrey." That was awesome. That's the best when they just blurt out the numbers. I love it. I'm so secretive with my phone number. Here we go, guys.
Hello.
Hi, there we go. Thank you.
Crystal
How are you
clear.
doing, buddy?
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Are you in the middle of teaching right now?
No, I'm fine. I just I was having the kids class, but I have someone cover me today to do the interview with you guys, so I'm ready to go.
All right.
Sounds good. There's two of us, just so you know, and if you hear two different voices, there are two of us talking.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, should we get started?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Can you take us through how you started your BJJ career?
My BJJ career actually started like it was more in the middle of the 1989. And I have a friend of mine, Andre Laporte. He kind of introduced me to the Jacare school. He was doing Jiu-Jitsu back then, and I kind of was like doing like a little bit of kickboxing, you know, and play soccer on the beach. That was the two sport I was doing more back then. And he know I kind of like martial arts, you know, since I was fighting the kickboxing classes, you know. So he told me, hey, what do you think about like check my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school? And I said, yeah, let's go see. And I stopped by Jacare's place, and it was pretty much like love in the first sight, you know. I kind of like the vibe there, I like the guys, and I pretty much sign up and start my career there pretty much.
Nice. We were just wondering, over the years, what was the hardest belt to wear around your waist? Which color belt?
I mean, that's a good question, man. It's kind of, I think, like every belt has its challenge, you know, but for sure, I think for me, I think like pretty much most of the people, I think in Jiu-Jitsu, you know, back then Jiu-Jitsu, even like back then, they were still like not very popular to me, but I think like if people achieve a level, usually I believe that level is around purple belt level, you know, that you need to decide if you really want to do that as your life, you know, for be a professional, or you kind of just like there, you decide it's going to be just your job, you know, like just like something you're going to do sporadic or condition, you know. So I can say the purple belt was my toughest one because of that point, and also because it was the year I lost my dad, and it was kind of really emotional for me, and I kind of need to kind of decide what to do in my life, you know, because he's gone, and now I need to decide myself what I'm going to do in my life. So for me, I say purple belt was the hardest one.
Was there ever a time where you were close to giving up jiu-jitsu? And if so, like, what did you do to overcome these feelings?
Yeah, I think like the time, like I don't say like just time, but for sure like in that purple belt level, now, like I told you when I lost my dad, it was kind of a little bit a time that I need to stop by and see how much I like jiu-jitsu, and I want to decide if I want to do that for be my life or I want to pursue another career. So that was the point I thought about, probably like give up and find something more secure to do. But the passion for the jiu-jitsu and the love for the sport and the love for teaching people, making me decide that the jiu-jitsu was the right path to me and just keep follow my dreams, and like fight little bit, like some like not so much like support from the family at the first time, because back then jiu-jitsu was kind of not career. Like you get your degree, was more like just like your sport. So my mom, me, and my stepdad at then, after like they told me, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" and stuff like that. So you really want to go jiu-jitsu? I want to pursue like a better career. So I need to kind of decide that I want to go jiu-jitsu or choose another career. So I chose jiu-jitsu because I really loved the sport back then. And I told my mom that's what I want to do. And after she saw that I'm not going to give up, she kind of supported me and gave me all the strength to keep it going.
Nice. It's nice to hear. You were very successful, a competitor, and as a teacher, you were very respected amongst your peers or the community. Your name always keeps popping up when people name great teachers. What has made you so successful as a teacher?
First of all, just thank you very much for hearing that. It's always good to be knowledgeable for people in the community, And I think like my most successful is just I wake up every day and do something that I love to do. And I think that's what I tell my students. If you love jiu-jitsu, doesn't matter what people say, and not just jiu-jitsu, but I believe in life. You need to do what you like to do. What's your passion, and the success, like everything else is going to come because you just wake up every day happy, because I'm not going to a work that I hate. It's not like I hate my boss. Not that I hate the people are going to be surrounded. So I think the most important thing to be successful, like I tell my students, not just in jiu-jitsu, but everything in life, is you need to find your passion and pursue the dreams to achieve your goals in their career. And I think that's the most important thing, wake up every day and do what you love to do. It doesn't matter what it is, And I think the success is going to come because you're happy, you're just being a happy person, You're just happy to do what you like to do. And I think that's my goal. That's I think like should be everybody's goal,
Have you ever thought about what you'd be doing if it wasn't for jiu-jitsu being introduced into your life?
I was doing back in Brazil, I did they call the Escola Técnica now, it's like a technical, or it's supposed to be like a technical mechanic. So I can see myself doing something like that now. I really kind of like hands-on stuff. So sometimes I kind of like to play with the mechanic in the cars or doing some stuff. So I believe if I wasn't doing jiu-jitsu, I'm going to be doing something like that. Like
nice.
Working in the engineer field, become an engineer.
What keeps you competing even though you're a successful coach? I see that you're still very regular, winning medals at big tournaments. What is it about competing that is so hard to perhaps stop doing?
I think for first the love of the sport, I like to go to the tournaments because not just beside me competing and check my level or check where I am today and where I need to work more, but meet people that become my friends in the long way, in the long journey I have in jiu-jitsu. I go to the tournaments and I always review people there I don't see every day, but people there, it's not like my friends every day, but it's my friend for the community, the guys there. I try to support them more I can, doing seminars in my academy or going to the other people's academy doing seminars. And we are a small community, still a small community, so I think it's part of my job to help to promote jiu-jitsu. So I think when I go to the tournaments, I kind of help jiu-jitsu to spread around the world. So if start competing, people see me there, or I come to my home and I show the tape for my friends, for the people that doesn't do jiu-jitsu. I'm kind of help spread jiu-jitsu around the world, you know? So I think the competition for me, it's a good point because I help the sport, you know, and I also help myself to analyze what I need to work the more, and also help me keep motivated to training because I set up goals, I set up the best tournaments I usually want to win, and I try to focus more. So help my training, help me keep motivated to do workouts and do my conditioning, you know, and training harder for that competition. So I really think tournaments help me, like, keep my pace in my jiu-jitsu and help me to achieve the goals I put for that year. So because sometimes I think about what I'm going to train for. Just because I love the sport, it's okay. I can do that as a little bit hobby, but if I bring a little bit more to the higher level, it's helped me to keep more in shape and help me go through the year and find like 2 big tournaments that I want to win, or usually Pan Am is the world, no? The world for masters and seniors now. So usually I try to compete 2-3 times a year. For every 2-3 months I have some goal that I can prepare myself for. So keep me training hard, keep pushing me that little extra like inch, you know, to achieve these goals that I put to myself.
What does it take to become a successful teacher as well as an athlete?
What takes?
Yeah, what does it take to be a good teacher and an athlete?
I think like a dedication. First of all, you know, you need to love what you're doing so you can kind of pursue your dreams and achieve it. So I see a lot of determination. You know, sometimes I need to abdicate a lot of things in my life to train hard for that. You know, and I need to work like me hard until today to be able to support my family. You know, so I teach pretty much like 6 days a week, you know, sometimes 7 days a week, seminars, stuff like that. So I think like sometimes I take a little bit time for my loved ones, not for my family that I need to be working, you know, so it's kind of, but like I said, I mean, I do what I love to do, so I cannot complain. I mean, and I'm just trying to pursue that dream and give my best to my students, not to my academy, you know, to the jiu-jitsu community, you know, to be the best role model they can for the new generations coming up, and trying to support your community to put jiu-jitsu on the top.
Nice. I was wondering, when you decided to start being a teacher and run your own academy, how did the name Paragon and the symbol of the panther, how did this all come into play with you?
Yeah, I kind of wanna, like, when I started my academy, I want to put like some name that wasn't my name. You know, back then a lot of people was putting their name in the academy, you know, and I kind of thought I have a thing like a bigger vision back there for Paragon, like, you know, be like so much associated to me, I mean, but be able to, a lot of people be able to use their name and associate their name with their hard work. So I think today, sometimes when I say Paragon, people know a lot more Paragon from Jeff and Bill than from myself, I mean, sometimes. And a lot of people, when they go to the history and they see that, they know I'm the founder, but I think like a lot of good competitors are going to be able to use the Paragon name if they want to open their own gyms later. So my idea for that was like to get like a neutral name that everybody could like benefit for that reputation or for their hard work that we put in trying to keep the name higher there, with the high standards, that everybody can be able to use their reputation in their own town and spray a good jiu-jitsu style for everyone in the world. And the name come up like my partner's wife, like back then, she was a good writer for Hollywood movies here in Santa Barbara. You know? She writing for her families, writing everything. So she brought up the name to us, and when she told me the meaning of the name, I told her what's Paragon means, and she told me Paragon means model of excellence. And one like your model of excellence, like one of no equal. So I kind of like that concept to be like the model, you know, like I can say Rickson Gracie is the Paragon Jiu-Jitsu player. I mean, so I always like love Jiu-Jitsu, love the Rickson style. You know? So I kind of like that means, I mean, and I like being like an English word that wasn't very useful, you know. It's like more like a traditional word, I mean, like, but a lot of people don't know. So sometimes people say, oh, that's a Portuguese word. No, actually it's an English word, but it's not like very useful. People don't use it so much. It's very like select. People use that kind of vocabulary, you know, and I like that. And the cat was because like I was like the animals, you know, and I like the way like the cats moves. I mean, I like their agility, you know, I like the endurance and stuff like that. So I just like the paint and kind of want to put that.
Nice. That's amazing. I actually never knew what it meant, and I'm glad I asked that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now, I've heard through the grapevine that your school and yourself are very famous for a thing called the Paragon Half. I was wondering if you could explain to our listeners and ourselves, of course, what it is exactly, and how did this come up to have your own name attached to a half guard?
Yeah, like the Paragon, pretty much the Paragon Half, you know, coming like through to Jamelão, like the World Confession Jamelão. He's another Alliance black belt too, and we kind of grow together in the belts, you know, like as a white belt, blue belt, purple belt. We always were kind of teammates, like the same belt, almost the same weight sometimes. And he's a very good friend of mine. And back in like 1998, around there, if I'm not wrong, he came to visit me in California, really in the beginning of Paragon. And back then, I had a really bad knee injury, so I could not do my close guard anymore. I could not do the traditional, like old school, like close guard attacks, you know, like the Roger Style, stuff like that. So he introduced me more to the half guard, and for me it was a perfect time, a perfect game, because I don't need to have my legs locked around people's belly anymore. So I started to play a lot of that, and if I'm playing that in the school, you know, like jazz was my right arm back then, you know, it's like my little pet in the academy, you know, it's my little boy. So he started to get a lot of things from that game too. So he started developing like a lot of new positions from there. So I can say pretty much like Jamelão introduced us as the Paragon, or the half guard, I'm sorry, and we developed like more new techniques from there, and you achieve like I think a big name when Jeff put up the DVD, you know, the deep half, and people start to call a lot of like Paragon half guard there, and I think the name blow up from there with Jeff, you know, is doing a lot of these in the tournament, and people start to kind of like notice that our style was a little bit towards the half guard. And a lot of my students start to use that in the competition, be successful. People start to kind of call that Paragon Half.
Nice. Are you honored when you hear Paragon Half, or do you not want that kind of association just because it might seem weird to name it after like your school, or do you like it that it's kind of attached with your name?
No, I don't want to be just recognized as that. No, we don't think like your team is a lot more than just the Paragon Half. No, we like me. I'm come from like a Jacare school, and one thing Jacare told me always, I mean, and the thing like the Alliance game, you see all the top Alliance players. I mean, they don't have really like a specific game that all the Alliance guys play with. So I don't think like we should be recognized just as a Paragon Half. I mean, but for sure it's kind of cool to have that publicity, but I think like we show and improve in the tournaments, and we play a lot of different games too. And I mean, I tend myself to play more the deep half, but I think like Bill like do a lot of passes too. Or Jeff is a lot of like dashes too, and get the teams. So like Jacare told me, you need to find yourself like playing any kind of game, because you never know where you're gonna be. So it's important you kind of have knowledge for every different games, so you can kind of put together, and or else you need to find pretty much the comfortable and uncomfortable situation. I mean, so trying to play all games to become like more like a round fighter.
Nice. You've had some of the biggest names in the sport under you, a Jeff Glover, a Bill Cooper. I know there are a lot of others with names that are recognizable in the sport. How do you respond to a new kid coming in your dojo because of your success before as a coach, and they tell you, I want to be Jeff Glover? Are these two just rare, special people, or is it possible with Paragon to develop a superstar like that, or is it just these guys are freakish talented?
I think it's a combination of all, like the hard work, and the good instructor, and we have a lot of good names come up now. I mean, we a little bit too we don't have Jeff and Bill competing that much anymore. Like they become more professional. Like they're trying to compete more the way they can make more their living. But we have a lot of good names coming up, and the thing like it's just like when the kids come in my door, I have a lot of different people walking the door, and you always can interview people to see what their goals in jiu-jitsu. So for every person who walks my door, and when I do my first class, I interview them and say, what do you think Paragon can bring to you? And I have a lot of different answers, and my goal is just achieve their goals. I mean, help them, to give them the tools to achieve what they told me in that first class. So if he come to me and say, look, I want to be like a Jeff Gould, I want to be a Bill Cooper, or I want to be a world champion in jiu-jitsu, I'm going to give all my best to give this kid, the tool to achieve his dream. And I'm going to explain for him that it's come with a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and the talents, I think, take you to some point. But I think, I really believe the hard work sometimes surprise the talent, because if you're very talented but you don't train, you don't do a lot of conditioning, you're going to gas. And once you gas, that technique doesn't matter if you're very technical. I don't think your brain is going to tell you to move, but your body going to say, I cannot move anymore because of fatigue. So I think the combination of talent and hard work is going to take you to the top, not just one or just the other.
If you were able to only teach one technique for the remainder of your life as a teacher, what would that be?
Just one technique?
Yeah.
If I need to pick just one technique to teach them, just try and develop a good heart. Just trying to make them have a good heart, but they can pass every obstacle they're going to face in life, because it's going to be easy,
Nice.
Can you take us through some of your favorite memories of jiu-jitsu, or anything that you've experienced that you are willing to share?
I'm sorry, say again? I didn't get.
Can you take us through some of your favorite memories in jiu-jitsu?
My favorite memory of jiu-jitsu, I think it's hard to just say one. But for sure, as a compare was to win the world tournament in 1996, the world tournament. I kind of was glad to win that. So for sure, that was a big accomplishment for me to win my black belt after. So my first world tournament was a big step for me. But I think the best memories I have jiu-jitsu is just the friends I make with the sport. And the friendship I make in the sport take me to a lot of different places in the world. So I'm really grateful to jiu-jitsu to give me the opportunity to cross all the borders in the world, to go everywhere and be welcoming and make friends and help people. So that's, I think, good memories for me in jiu-jitsu, like friendships and how I can help people to get better lifestyle. So it's priceless for me. It's better than any medal in any tournament. It's all the friendship I make in the sport and all the people I could help to lose weight, to get off drugs, to find jobs in their lives. To different goals. That's the thing, the best thing I have, the best tool I have in my hands today. It's make people achieve their goals and where else they are. Like Jeff, being good in school back in the day, the 15 years old. Today, he's being recognized as one of the best American players in the world. It's one of the best jiu-jitsu players in the world. For me, it's priceless to give this kid the opportunity to be someone in life. And all the people coming to my gyms, almost had a heart attack, 230 pounds, and I helped them to go back to 160. And they tell me, man, I never have that weight. That was my high school weight when you're wrestling me. So it's kind of, for me, it's a very honor to have this tool today and be able to help these people to achieve a better life. And sometimes get kids, they poor, they cannot pay jiu-jitsu. And today I have every Friday I teach these kids they cannot pay. And I have this kind of almost like a no-profit organization help me to get these privileged kids and I teach them. It's just priceless to have that skill today and be able to help people in the world.
It definitely sounds very rewarding, for sure.
Yeah, it's making me keep it going strong. I mean, it's better than any money I can make. It's better than anything I can get. It's for sure is my fuel today to keep it teaching, keep motivated to teach after almost 24 years.
That's unreal. One of our hosts here, not me, he's actually younger than 24 years old, so that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So
I got my black belt was 28, but since like a blue belt, I'm lucky to be picked as instructor at Zachary School, and after will help Fabio for many years. So pretty much I'm helping these guys teach since like in 1990. So it's a long time teaching, and for sure is my patience. So I'm very helpful to have that too.
Yeah, that's amazing. You were mentioning winning the Worlds in 1996. Do you enjoy watching matches from that era, 96, or do you like the matches the way they are today with a lot of double guard pulling and stuff like that?
Yeah,
What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Which era had the best matches?
I have many VHS movies from back in the day. You know, I'm very like how am I gonna say, almost like a jiu-jitsu geek when coming down to tape, stuff like that. I have a big collection, from Paquetá, from a lot of people like share videos with me, So I'm always trying to watch when I have time, like fights from back in the day, like Fabio Amorim, a lot of like big like rivals fights before, Harley Barbosa, all these fights, and it's cool to see how the sport like improved. I mean, and in my point of view, I think the sport jiu-jitsu should pretty soon has a little like a reevaluation in some points. Especially like in the guard pulling, because I think that's like make jiu-jitsu play a little bit weak in the stand-up game. So I'd like to see possible. I don't know what the change should be able, what the changes like need to happen to make the jiu-jitsu fighters like play more stand-up game. Like it happened in Abu Dhabi right now, you see Kenny Corlanders and Miao both get DQ because they both pull guard. So I think the rules are really interesting in terms of help the guys to need to train stand-up to get better stand-up. And I think that's going to help jiu-jitsu players in MMA in the future too, because a big part of the game that people start to missing more today, and you go see the World Tournament today, it's a lot more like pull guard for both sides every time. And everybody want to kind of play more in the bottom today. You don't see so many guys like playing the top game more. Or they pull guard, they play top game, but they pull guard first and they sweep, and after they keep in the top. And I think that's like, it's something that things jiu-jitsu is kind of like lack. It's pretty much like, I think always these years was the lack in jiu-jitsu, like the stand-up game. Back in the day, still like the stand-up game was usually the weakness point in jiu-jitsu. Back in the day was stand-up and footlocks and knee bars. And I think that footlocks and knee bars, people catch a lot more today. So that's kind of improved a lot in jiu-jitsu in the many years. But the stand-up game is still like being something that keep a jiu-jitsu fighter weak, close to wrestling, close to judo, because like people have that kind of little label. If you play jiu-jitsu too much stand-up, it's going to be like a wrestling game. It's going to be a judo game. Don't play too much stand-up game. Play more guards or bring more to the ground. I can see one side, but I'd like I said, I'm really looking to build around fighters. So we train a lot of stand-up here at Paragon too, and you have guys like Tyrone Glover, Dumbin Chairs, very good wrestling. They always did it good. Tyrone, my first black belt, it was an amazing takedown player, and did very good in MMA until he decided to go to law school. So I think like the stand-up game should be a little bit more like working jiu-jitsu. People should work a bit more stand-up too.
Do you think that this is only a phase and a newer style will come from, the new set of black belts that will come in the near future? Or is this going to be something that we expect for a long period of time?
I think if they don't change the rules, it's going to be something going to be hard to go away. because it's a lot more. I mean, it's a lot more easier people playing the bottom than they have the stand-up game. So I think if you don't have any change the rules, like something like possible make the takedowns a bit more value points, not like 3 points for takedowns. I mean, and if you engage, you cannot disengage in easy. You can penalize just for disengage. So if the guy pull guard, he can still have the chance to pull guard, but the top guy cannot just disengage for nothing. I mean, to make the other guy stand up. So I think that's gonna be good.
Yeah, you make a good point. If they, I like that. The more points for a takedown maybe would engage people to get going. It's well put. So today, I just want to get your thoughts on this match. They announced today Metamoris 2 came out, and Bill the Grill Cooper is fighting Mr. Creepy himself, Ryan Hall. How do you see this match going?
It's gonna be an interesting match. Like Ryan, I have the privilege to train for him a little bit too when he came to visit us in Santa Barbara. So he's a very good player, and it's very famous for his like a 50-50, but very aggressive 50-50, just like hold back, but put the 50-50, go a lot of leg locks and foot locks. I mean, and I think like both the guys. I mean, if you Bill is just like kind of. It's hard to preview Bill. Bill can be in the best day of his life, and sometimes he can do like crazy stuff too. I mean, but I really think Bill is like, if he's in the head in the place, he's pretty much one of the hardest guys to beat, and he has such a good heart. I mean, good technique. He just needs to be there in the head, and train hard for that. And I talked to him. Luckily I could call Raleigh, and we talked to Raleigh, and asked for him the opportunity for Bill fight, and he could pull that out. So now I'm gonna embrace that with his full power, and I'm going to try to bring Bill in the best in shape for this fight. So I think it's going to be very hard for Ryan beating him, because once Bill put in his mind that he can do it, I think he's pretty much unbeatable now.
Yeah.
So like in the tournament, like back in 2017 when he did the final with Sergio Moraes, it was one of the amazing tournaments he did. I think he lost the final. He got hurt a little bit in the first match, but he still submit everybody until the final. And I think it's a good rule for Bill, because Bill is a finisher. He's not looking for points. He's a really finisher player. He can tap people from any angle. So I think he's going to have a good chance with that rules. I think it's very favorable to him, that rules. I don't see Ryan tapping out. And I think he's just relentless. Bill is game is relentless. It's a lot of pressure and always for the tap. So I think it's going to be a good rule for him. I think he's going to have a good chance.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. I take it you caught most of the rest of the fight card. I was just wondering if you think this event's gonna top the first event, like as far as exciting matches and actual finishes.
Yeah, I see the card. It's a very good card too, and it's just I think it's very good for Jiu-Jitsu to have events like that. I mean, to make the Jiu-Jitsu a bit more pro, and these guys getting better pay. And these guys can kind of believe in more just Jiu-Jitsu, that way you can keep people at that level in the Jiu-Jitsu community. You're going to be losing these people for MMA, because the money, it's big, For sure the money is always going to be probably big MMA, but it's good to see these events pop up more frequently, like Abu Dhabi Pro, like Metamoris now, and probably some other ones going to come up, and with the growth of their sports. And I hope in the future, my kids be able to be living from Jiu-Jitsu if they decide to do that through fighting, a good person when they're fighting, professional level, and they get paid good, so that way they don't need to go to different sports to make more money, So it's kind of really thankful to Raleigh to put this show, and for the Sheikh to be hosting this tournament in Abu Dhabi, And I hope at BJJF come up something pro level too, and trying to make Jiu-Jitsu pretty much like a surfer, Because I think all the competitors could benefit a lot from sponsors if the sport becoming more professional, like the surfer, and you see you can see Jeff Glover or Rafael Lovato make good money like Kelly Slater and all these big surfer players. And I think we have a market for that. We just need to organize these good and see Jiu-Jitsu going towards to this level, to make these guys top line players today be able to find a good sponsor that can sign up contracts to represent our company.
Do you think it's easier now than it was back then, or the other way around in terms of making a living off of jiu-jitsu?
It's getting more popular, so I think like it's more easier today to people understand what is jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? So I think like today we get a lot more calls in the academy, you know, and people more knowledgeable what they're looking for. They kind of know what jiu-jitsu is about. They kind of looking for jiu-jitsu, you know. But for sure, it's not easy to open an academy and be successful. And any job that has a lot of stress. So a lot of times people they say, "Oh, you have an easy life. No, you're cheating, you do that." And like I told you in the interview, I think like the big thing is because I love to do that. But a lot of times I don't think you can kind of trick the jiu-jitsu. I mean, if you think you're going to do that just because of the money, because the big thing like is the burnout. I have a lot of friends that start in jiu-jitsu and they burn out. They get almost like a little like a sickness for jiu-jitsu. I mean, they don't want to see jiu-jitsu anymore. They don't want to. People cannot touch them because they get like kind of claustrophobic. No, I cannot touch me. And they thought they're going to be able to teach jiu-jitsu, but it's hard when you follow your daily routine. You know, teach first class, second class, pretty much every day. You know, teach that basic every day, and go over. You know what I mean? And teaching a lot of different places. It's hard life, so it's not easy. But for sure, I think with the boom that UFC making more, like a lot of people looking for jiu-jitsu today because of UFC. And so I think I can say a little bit more easier today than back then. But at the same time, it's more and more academies pop up. So I don't know if it's going to happen like in Brazil, like every corner is going to have a jiu-jitsu school. And the only thing I worry about, I mean, is like sometimes it will happen in Brazil, a lot of like lower belts start to open schools next to black belts, I mean, charge like half the price. And the new guy, he doesn't know who is the really legitimate teacher. I mean, sometimes they don't do their homework and say, oh, who are going to learn from? And a lot of times they aim picking the cheapest guy just because they're budget, I mean. And that can be one thing that I can see happening in America in a couple more years. I mean, we don't have like a sport that the confederation can go there and close the academy because the blue belt open schools, I mean, next to a black belt. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen in another 5-10 years when more and more people are going to be able to teach, you know, and the sport's blowing. And a lot of lower belt guys start to open school. I think that's one thing that everybody should be worried a little bit about, I mean, because it's almost to say like kind of the guy there, the technician can do the same job as the engineer. I mean, or you can say the nurse can do the surgeon as the doctor. I mean, and they're kind of a little scared sometimes people they go to academies that lower belt guys teaching and they have the bad experience to learn from a bad teacher or someone not knowledgeable. He just think he's knowledgeable to teach. I mean, without the supervision, the black belt, and they have the bad taste and don't want to do jiu-jitsu anymore because the first experience wasn't good. So I'd like to see the sport to have more power over these kind of things, I mean, and the confederation not just being profit in tournaments thing, but be more active in terms of that to protect their black belts, that put their time, you know, put their work to be teaching better jiu-jitsu for everyone. But for sure the demand today, it's kind of let the blue belts and white belts teaching sometimes, even white belts open school. I mean, and who is going to close their school? Nobody has the power to go there and close their school. So it's kind of something that's worrying me a little bit about jiu-jitsu in the future.
That's a good point, and it might actually affect the quality coming out also. So
exactly, because it's going to be totally different. I mean, you go to school, you learn from like a legit black belt, the guy that has like 10, 15 years teaching. I mean, and you go to the Joe school, the guy's a blue belt. I mean, and he's say that he's teaching jiu-jitsu too. I mean, put the Grace name there, or put other name there. I mean, or put Paragon name there and teach. I mean, as a lower belt level, and people go there. I mean, and get a bad experience and they don't want to do jiu-jitsu anymore.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's going to be hard to take off that guy, bring that guy back to the mat. It's going to be hard because he had. I mean, the first impression. A lot of times the one that stick is people. The first impression.
Yeah, I agree. Ricardo, before we let you go, I'm going to let you tell everyone how they can get a hold of you, perhaps websites, and if you have any other people you want to thank or sponsors or projects coming out that you'd like to plug. And then I'll ask you the absolute final question.
Yeah, like if you want to find any Paragon school close to you, you guys can check out like Paragon like BJJ.org. We have a list of all Paragons around the world there. So one more time, www.ParagonBJJ.org. Okay, and the big project that we have right now is the Jiu-Jitsupedia, okay, .com. Like Jiu-Jitsupedia.com. It's kind of like an online program that you bring up. And the idea of this program is kind of trying to get all the best players, not just the Paragon players, but we have Matt Linen, we have like Abrams, like 2 medal wrestling guys already put videos there. We have myself, have Jeff, have Bill, have Tyrone, have Adair, and we're gonna try to bring in our JT Torres, and we're gonna try to always invite like all the top jiu-jitsu players to put some tapes there, and it's an online program that's very cheap and very accessible, and help people to improve their game, you know. And so that's a big project you have right now that you're trying to support the more you can. And just thank everybody, you know, thank everyone that likes your style, and everyone that loves jiu-jitsu, and that's what you like to do, and that's what you want to spread around. And I mean, Paragon, like Alliance, I mean, you never like trying to get involved in the politics, you know, you're going everybody's tournaments, and we're here to help promote the jiu-jitsu and just trying to make people love more the sport and keep practicing and where they go, you know. That's one thing I always tell my students, look, you don't belong to me, not like sign a contract of life with me. I'm here to serve you, me, as a paid student. I'm here to give my best to you to achieve your goals. And if you're not happy with me, you're more than free to go anywhere else. You know, you can go to my compare next to me here and train there. I'm going to still love you. I'm going to still love you because you love jiu-jitsu. So I think that's the big secret for us to put the jiu-jitsu flag in the top, you know. And don't think like because you're an instructor and people pay you, you earn them, I mean, and they need to be like your pet for the rest of their life. I mean, that's something that I see a lot of people complain jiu-jitsu, and I don't understand. I mean, some people ask me why people like never leave Paragon. And I think that's a big secret that you have too. And I mean, I tell my guys, look, man, I'm here to serve you. I'm here your friend. I'm here to give my best for you, but you don't own Paragon. You don't have me. I think it should be a privilege for you training for us. I mean, it's not like just your right, but we're trying here to give your best for you, and you're not like stuck for us for the rest of your life. So if you're not happy with Paragon, you're more than welcome to go anywhere you want. So that's it.
You know what? I wish more people had that thought process. You know, it's a beautiful thing to put jiu-jitsu first, and it's a cool thing. And I really do. I love Jiu-Jitsupedia, your website. It's pretty cool. I checked it out already. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's the idea, you know. That's why you're trying to embrace to help people to improving in every area of grappling. I mean, so there you have a lot of guys, a lot of top judo players already show some techniques for judo. We're trying to bring the best wrestlers to help us, and the best jiu-jitsu players in coming to and show good techniques. So your goal is help to improve the grappling world. I mean, help to have like in one place you have access to different styles. I mean, and trying to develop their own style. Because I think I think jiu-jitsu adapt to your body, and you're gonna learn the jiu-jitsu that your body asking for. And I mean, if you're flexible, you're gonna see jiu-jitsu the one way. If you're a short and fat guy, you're gonna get jiu-jitsu the other way. If you're a long and skinny guy, you're gonna develop your own jiu-jitsu. So I think like everybody can learn jiu-jitsu. I mean, everybody can. Jiu-jitsu gonna adapt to your body, and you're gonna use the techniques that your body gonna find more useful for your body style. You know?
Nice. And the absolute final thing, we love to end our show with you giving some advice to the listeners. Perhaps it's advice that you've received in your jiu-jitsu career that really kind of sparked something or hit something inside you that changed a thought process. Something you'd like to leave us with.
Open your mind. Be an open mind person. Everybody can teach you. Everybody can add something in your game, you know. I think that's the first thing hooking me jiu-jitsu, that it's going to be a life learning experience for me. I'm a black belt, pretty much since like I was 28. Today I'm like 44, and I'm still learning new moves until today. So I know it's going to be a life journey for me learning. So it's very important to keep your mind open, you know. Don't underestimate nobody, and just try your best. I mean, and the most important thing, love Jiu-Jitsu. If you love Jiu-Jitsu, it's going to be a bug that you're going to stick it to forever. Like my mom used to tell me, hey, man, what are you doing? You deform yourself. Your ears get all weird, you and you're still doing this. You hurt your arm, you hurt your knee, and you go back. And I told her, Mom, I love this sport. That's the thing I love to do. So I don't care what's happened to my body. I love this. I'm going to do forever. And I think that's my big, like in line, I tell the guys, love the sport, and you're going to stick with you forever. And it's a good lifestyle. It's a good hobby, It's a sport you can do forever, every age, And it's a good sport that, like, you interact with my kids today. I have 3 kids, and I train Jiu-Jitsu with them, so it's a good way I can communicate with them. It's a good way I can spend time together with them, and things you can talk about. And it's just priceless to love this sport. And like I said, be able to this sport to help people in the world.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for being a guest on BJJ Addict Radio. It's been a pleasure listening to you. A very wise person.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be in your radio and be able to talk to all the listeners on your channel. And most important thing, I love America, and America gave me this opportunity to spread the Jiu-Jitsu, and America gave my 3 beautiful kids, and I'm more than proud to today, like you said, be recognized as producer one of the best American players. And I'm here for stay forever, and it's very pleasure to me to be here, help like the American people today, give jobs to the Americans. So America gave me a job, and today I'm very proud to have Paragon employing a lot of Americans, people, and have guys in Texas, and everywhere, in Sweden, everywhere, and have people like learn through Jiu-Jitsu. Especially in America, today I have a lot of American black belts, pretty much 30 American black belts today, and a lot of these guys today support their family, spend the Jiu-Jitsu around America. So for me, it's very, very pleasure to give back to America what America gave me.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too. Enjoy your night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Wow.
So, Jared, there you go. You got your man Franjinha on the radio show, which was a goal of yours since
we started this thing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about like having like different guests on, like everyone's wise, but they all have something different to say, like a different,
Well, it's kind of like jiu-jitsu, right? Like you said, you could learn from everyone as far as techniques and stuff. Keep an open mind. I think their answers could learn a lot. And
he's got like I don't know, man. Like, how do you call it? Like, like with.
It's called wisdom.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah, you can tell when he speaks.
Yeah.
His words are precise. He means what he said, and that was pretty badass.
I guess time does teach you things.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a long time. He's been doing jiu-jitsu since before I was even born.
He's been a black belt longer than you've been alive.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Since I wasn't my daddy.
All right, so the guys listening, thank you for the ones listening live. Thank you for the people that are listening to this right now. Another form. Maybe they downloaded it on iTunes. Thank you. Maybe they're on our YouTube channels, social media, got it off our Twitters. Either way, however you listen to this, thank you very much. Next week we have Darson Hemmings on, one of the best grapplers in Canada as we speak. All right, thank you. That's a wrap.
Hang tight, dudes.
Hang tight, dudes.